A new study out a few weeks ago from the Kauffman Foundation focused on women-based female entrepreneurship and suggested that more women business owners could have the same effect that the large-scale entry of women into the labor force had during the 20th century. Some facts from the Kauffman study. Women-owned businesses account for only about 16% of the nation's employer firms among high-growth firms. They typically account for fewer than 10% of founders. Women experience a greater financing gap than men do. Nearly 80% of the women in the study used personal savings as their top funding source, even though 31% of them had angel investors and 14% had venture capital funding. So, how to jumpstart women startups? I am joined by Tifany Hamlin, who is with eZDiscovery Solutions, and Carrie Ford with the Arkansas Venture Center. Thank you both for being here with me.
Thanks for having us.
I want everybody that's watching our show to understand exactly what you guys do right now. So, Tifany, you're a female-based entrepreneur. Tell people about your company and what you do.
Okay, I am. I'm CEO of eZDiscovery Solutions, and we help companies involved in litigation manage the discovery phase of their litigation, especially with the cost involved with electronic documents. We help them focus on finding the right information and managing that process with their attorneys more effectively, saving them thousands in document review fees.
And you're fairly new business, too.
Fairly new business. We're rounding out about 1.5 years in business.
All right. And Carrie, you are very resource-oriented, but you have a specific role and responsibility with the Arkansas Venture Center. Tell me a little bit about that.
I basically manage the awareness and the educational opportunities, making sure people like Tifany and others know about the Arkansas Venture Center. We're a nonprofit. We provide essentially mentorship, educational resources like courses, and then access to capital through networking and things like that. So entrepreneurship is kind of a hotbed and a hot topic, and we are very well positioned right now to help folks with that.
Help folks that walk through the door, that have an idea, how to take it from that idea to implementation.
Right.
Phase there. So this study that's out that focuses on female entrepreneurship, tell me what are you buying into in the study that you find is pretty accurate from your experiences?
I thought the most important piece of that was the mentorship for me. I could relate to everything in it except for the mentorship piece, and I think a lot of that is simply because we are in Central Arkansas and the networking here is phenomenal, and being able to be tied to the Arkansas Venture Center through folks like Carrie, was able, once I figured out where the mentors were, there's plenty to meet with. So I actually had a more positive outlook on the mentorship than what the study showed, but I can relate to everything else in the study.
Yeah, Carrie, what have you seen from your experience that you think are barriers for women into entry into starting up their own companies?
Well, to me it was interesting that I typically characterize Arkansas as being among the most distressed state on every dimension that we have to measure, unfortunately. But what was illuminating to me is that the study cites that women all over the United States are challenged, and they don't have education resources that they know of. They don't have, especially the capital, and that is, you know, an issue that men and women entrepreneurs face in the state of Arkansas. It's fairly grim.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on, because you have been deeply involved with some things that have been happening through the Venture Center. You've been able to capitalize on some of the resources. You guys obviously have a lot of things at your disposal. I feel like the corner has been turned in Central Arkansas in terms of startup activity and there being just this solid nucleus to grow from. What's been your experience? You're stepping in where you are now with the Venture Center. What do you see kind of the potential to happen?
Two things. For me, it's literally a physical gathering space where people can get social support, get business tools, learn software that they thought they couldn't learn or didn't have access to. And it's just, it's almost a synergy of, you know, enough mass of people that are all passionate about their idea. And, you know, when you get in that environment, you know, the world is your oyster, so to speak. There's a whole lot of opportunity, but I think the basics of business, you know, the blocking and tackling, the business plan, the financials. I think that in this class right now, they're about to do a pitch day, right? The pitch, which is, you know, fabulous practice for investors.
So you've obviously been able to capitalize on some of the resources here. So tell me how it's gotten you to where you are.
Well, we came to it a little bit in a different place than a lot of entrepreneurs. We had the idea, we were already in business. We were having some difficulty gaining some traction. One of our biggest challenges is our messaging and figuring out exactly who is our target client, because there's a lot of complexities around what we do. So the best benefit that we've gotten so far is having those mentors that have that very specific type of expertise that we're looking for in the marketing, in the research and the value proposition. That's helped us with just being able to give you a 90-second pitch on this is who we are and what we do. Before we got there, we weren't able to do that. We kind of do this and we do a little bit of that, but we're not really sure exactly yet. Now I can come see you on Talk Business and say this is what I do, and that for us right now has been our biggest challenge. We were very much like the people in the study. We were able to raise money through family and friends. We privately funded our venture so far, and so we didn't have a lot of the financial issues. We know that, and I went to business school, so I had a business plan for this already vetted, and so I had a lot of the pieces and parts, and my business partner brought the legal side to it. So what Arkansas Venture Center has done is help us organize that and really put in a step-by-step plan of, okay, here's your next challenge, and this is where you need to focus.
So what needs to happen to draw more women into starting their own businesses? What would you say?
The study touched on it, and in my personal experience, I've seen it firsthand a million times. Women are very risk averse. Women, especially with their private, we see it's their private money, it's their family money. They are very, very risk averse. And, you know, I would say that with the social support of a place like the Venture Center and a very calculated plan, you know, come just explore. You know, you're burning daylight and you're going to wake up in 20 years and you wish you would have done it, right?
Yeah.
30 seconds, Tiffany. What do you think? Same thing, same question.
What was the question?
Well, what do you think needs to happen to get more women involved?
Bring more women involved. I think the opportunities are there, but you have to get out and you have to research them. If you're in Central Arkansas, I feel like we have you're lucky if you want to start a business as a woman here, because there's a huge group of people. There's a network here with the Venture Center, with the mentors who've tied themselves to that. I think the risk is a big part of it. Learning to take a calculated risk. There's a lot of risk in starting a business, but
you can minimize
it with the group of people that we have here.
All right, I'm getting the circle cue that our time is up. So Tifany Hamlin, Carrie Ford, thank you both very much. I'm going to tell viewers that when you come back onto our website at talkbusiness.net, we'll have hot links to their website so you can learn more about them. We are back to wrap up right after this word from our sponsors. I'm Roby Brock. This is Talk Business and Politics.